Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for May 2023, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your highest self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall oracle cards for the reading as well as the overall theme of the reading, and this week I've actually clarified them with a clarifying deck that I'm going to keep just in case I want to use it again. I've already shuffled the deck that I'll be using as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Aquarius, in your recent past, you have a win-win outcome as forecast with the Temperance in reverse. You have been dealing with quite a bit of frustration, and I feel like it's frustration that things, like, I feel like you're putting energy into something that isn't manifesting into what you want it to be. Like, it's not, it just feels like there's not, you haven't seen like your energy and efforts come to fruition into some form of, I don't know if it's necessarily abundance or just reciprocity or what exactly it is, but you have this a win-win outcome as forecast. So I feel like no matter what, you're going to get a win out of this. Now, in your current energy, you have a time to give rather than to take with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, because there's this imbalance. It feels like you're giving, but you're not receiving, or like you're investing in something, but it hasn't come to anything yet. Not necessarily like it isn't like there's no lack of, there could be a lack of reciprocity, but that's not like the theme. The theme is that there's an imbalance in energy, but you have a time to give rather than to take. So right now is a time to invest rather than receive. So I do feel like if you're, working on a new career, a new relationship, maybe even, or something, it's like, just give it time is what this feels like, because then in your immediate future, you have your hard work is paying off with the Eight of Pentacles, which is literally kind of like the card of putting in the work. So I see that, like, if you continue to put in the work, you will eventually see and reap the rewards from it. Now, your overall energy for this reading, and this is kind of an interesting message to me, is you have greatness with the Two of Swords here. This is literally saying, like, because this is the overall theme, so like what to focus on throughout the reading, and it kind of is like greatness is a choice. Like, when you're trying to manifest anything, particularly abundance of any form, you have to choose it day in and day out with the habits, the way that you show up every single day. If you're trying to get on like, if you want to eventually have like the body that you've been wanting, you have to do the work, you have to work out, you have to eat well. There's a lot of little habits that make up the big outcome. And so if you're wanting the outcome, focus on the little day-to-day habits, because I feel like that is what you're doing. And now it's just about like letting them continue to compound on each other. Small little changes are what creates the big changes in life. All right. Recent past for Aquarius, you have a win-win outcome as forecast with the Temperance in reverse. This is for Aquarius's recent past, please. One more. This is for Aquarius's recent past. You have a win-win outcome as forecast with the Temperance in reverse. This is for Aquarius's recent past. What does Aquarius need to know about their recent past? Ooh, okay. Three of Swords. So definitely some painful energy in your recent past. I feel like it kind of feels like this has been a repetitive energy that you've been dealing with. Let me get more on this Three of Swords for Aquarius's recent past. This feels like a repetitive energy. Recent past for Aquarius, please. Okay, because here's an opportunity. But this opportunity hasn't been able to manifest into the material world. You have the Tower in reverse, which means you're avoiding something. It almost feels like your choices have kept you stuck in this. Doesn't mean it's your fault, but like remember that 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions come from our subconscious. And if your subconscious beliefs align with like not feeling deserving or not feeling lovable or whatever the case is, you're going to make choices that align with those beliefs. And so I feel like it's almost like you've allowed yourself to stay stuck in this cycle here. Recent past for Aquarius. But that's okay. That's okay, because you've got to get stuck in a cycle to break yourself out of one. Recent past for Aquarius, and that's life, right? The Five of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. We resist our own abundance. This Five of Wands is really speaking of resistance. We resist our own abundance, and we resist our own abundance by choosing to settle, or like I just said, like choosing situations that don't really serve us or make us happy or make us feel good about ourselves or allow us to put ourselves first, because we don't believe that we deserve the abundance or that the abundance will ever find us. And so we choose to stay in situations that, don't align with our abundance, because at the end of the day, we're actually kind of afraid of our own happiness. And in your recent past, I don't know if that became really obvious or what, but you were dealing with a lot of resistance to your own happiness, to your own abundance. And that comes down to this greatness is a choice kind of theme. Is you have to choose the decisions that feel scary, when even like if they align with what you want, but they feel scary because who knows how they could turn out, right? That's kind of embracing the unknown. But let's get more for Aquarius's recent past. Recent past for Aquarius, please. The Three of Wands. See, this is this need to step out of your comfort zone, but you're not wanting things to change. See, you want things to change, but you don't want things to change. Your ego has you stuck in what's familiar. Your ego likes control, so it keeps us stuck in what's familiar because it's predictable. It might not feel good, but at least we know how it's going to feel, right? And that feels like what you've been dealing with in your recent past. It's like you want things to change because you are frustrated. You're frustrated, you want things to change, but you don't want things to change. And it's like you're resisting the change that's necessary to lead to the change that you ultimately want. Hope that makes sense. Let's get more here for Aquarius's current energy. You have a time to give rather than to take. Current energy for Aquarius, please. Current energy for Aquarius. Five of Swords in reverse. This is never a fun message to deliver, because I feel like it can make a lot of people mad. But it's also a really important one to internalize. We have a tendency to get stuck in a victim mentality, meaning that we look at our life and we believe that life is happening to us instead of for us. We look at our situations, we look at the job we're in and how we're underpaid and how our boss takes advantage of us, or how we're in a relationship where the person doesn't see our value or ever show up for us. And it's really easy for us to be like, poor me, all of this happens to me. When you kind of first start a spiritual journey and you have an awakening, you start looking at the bigger picture, right? And you start saying, okay, I need to take responsibility for aspects in my life that are unfulfilling so that I can change them. Because you don't want to give your power away. You don't want your circumstances to have power over you. You want to have the power over your circumstances. And that doesn't mean that you control what happens to you, but it means that you can make choices that align with your value, which attracts more of the same. And so right now is a time to look at your life, what you're investing in your life, and say, where am I unfulfilled? And what can I do about it? Because I feel like and I feel like maybe you're trying to do that, but it's not time for you to receive. It's time for you to do what you need to do to open yourself up to receiving. And I feel like you're kind of stuck in an energy of, victim mentality is such a harsh word because sometimes you are a victim, right? Sometimes you did literally go through traumatic or painful experiences that you are trying to recover from. Sometimes you absolutely are a victim. But the more you can take your power back and you can say, what decisions did I make that led me there? Did I ignore red flags? Did I accept a job and stay in it after I realized that it doesn't align with my worth? Whatever the case is, look at your decisions and see how they have led to these outcomes that have been not so good for you. Because remember, this greatness of you abundance and the life beyond your wildest dreams, all of that, it's a choice. And it comes down to choosing to take the leaps of faith, to leave the situations that don't serve us, and really truly put our faith in the universe and saying that every single time that we choose faith over fear, that we choose to love ourselves over anything, or anyone else, is when we start to open ourselves up to aligning with what is meant for us. Current energy for Aquarius, please. I just know that victim mentality word can be challenging for some people. Okay, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. This feels like it has to do with your stability. Like maybe financial, material stability of some sort. And there it is. There's the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Because I feel like you are kind of experiencing maybe some abundance or a financial situation or something below what you feel you need or deserve. And that's where this imbalance comes from. Now, I feel like there's this need. Let me see here. There's this need to look at what you can do about it, because I see this all the time in my comments. I can't leave, or I can't walk away, or I can't do XYZ because of my financial situation, or because I don't have enough money, or because it's not an option right now. Those are limiting beliefs that you are telling yourself. Now, you might not know what those options are. You might not see the way out, but that does not mean that there is no way out. And the more that you set your intention to finding a way out of a situation, or to find your way out of a job that you don't like, or whatever the case is, the more that you will allow yourself to open up to opportunities that are available for you. And sure, there will be a degree of risk and it will feel scary and uncertain, but at least you're taking the steps toward something that will make you feel better in the end. And those decisions, that's where it's a choice. Current energy for Aquarius, please. Yeah, because you're facing a lot of obstacles right now. But these obstacles, as you face them and overcome them, you're releasing yourself from limiting beliefs associated. We stay in jobs that don't make us happy because we don't believe that we would ever find abundance doing something we enjoy. We stay in relationships that don't serve us because we don't believe that we're ever going to find the perfect person for us. Our beliefs are the root of our results. Whatever you're experiencing is an aspect of whatever you believe. And so when you're facing like blockages or obstacles or whatever the case is, the purpose of those is to help you shift your beliefs from a place of fear to a place of faith. Because the more that you can lean, Gabby Bernstein talks about this a lot. She's one of my favorite spiritual teachers, and she talks about how in each and every moment of our life, we have a divine assignment to choose faith over fear. That's the goal in life. No matter what you're facing, it is your choice to choose faith over fear. Meaning you don't stay in a situation that makes you unhappy out of fear. You choose to take risks out of faith, that serve you and, make you feel better about yourself. And yes, there are absolutely real life situations that can block you. There are situations that can keep you stuck in the same kind of place. But the more that you can set your intention to finding a way out of those instead of becoming a victim to them, the more that you will start to improve and progress. All right, immediate future for Aquarius, clarifying your hard work is paying off. And if you don't know what to do or where to turn, my advice is always ask for guidance. Ask the universe for guidance. Ask spirit for guidance. Ask God for guidance. Whatever higher power it is that you believe in, ask for guidance and be open to receiving it. Immediate future for Aquarius. A lot of people, so the way that I kind of look at my readings is, we have kind of what affected you in your past, how it's kind of affecting your current energy and what to do about it. And then your immediate future is kind of like, I don't necessarily believe in like fortune telling or telling, what's going to happen in your future, because we have more control over our reality than we realize. And so I don't just want to tell you what's going to happen. I want to tell you what you can do for, to create best case scenario. And so what I see here is, when you're trying to figure out how to get into alignment, my best advice and what I have always followed since I got on a spiritual journey is choose to walk away from what doesn't make you happy and choose to pursue any ideas that you have. Some of them are going to fail, some of them are going to lead to a dead end, and some of them will be successful. But that is how you get yourself into alignment. Is you seriously, if the universe put a dream in your heart, it has every intention of helping you make it happen. But it can only help you make it happen. It can't just make it happen for you. And so there's this need to get really, honest with yourself and say, how am I not in alignment? What aspects of my life am I settling? What aspects of my life am I accepting less than what I deserve? Because remember, greatness, living a great abundant life, being a great abundant person is a choice. It absolutely is. And the more that you can see it that way, the less you'll allow the victim mentality to get in the way. Immediate future for Aquarius, clarifying your hard work is paying off. Immediate future for Aquarius, clarifying your hard work is paying off. There's the 7 of Wands and the 8 of Swords in reverse. I like this. I like this message a lot. This is actually my favorite card in tarot. This is releasing yourself from the limiting beliefs that keep you trapped in staying where you're at. Choosing to repeat cycles, choosing to stay in complacency. Because I remember I was talking about how 95% of your movements, choices, and decisions come from your subconscious, and those subconscious beliefs are a product of what you've experienced. So if you've experienced lack, if you've experienced failure, if you've experienced never experiencing abundance, well, then that's where your belief system is going to align with. It is up to you to figure out what parts of your belief system align with the unfulfilling aspects of your reality so that you can shift them and see them from a more fulfilling aspect. Now, the 7 of Wands is standing tall in your truth. We have to be so certain about ourselves and our path when we're pursuing a path that when we do face obstacles, when we do face potential threats of failure and things like that, we don't look at it as, oh my gosh, like, my whole world is crashing down. Let me pull back and go back into safety mode, right? When I first started my tarot channel the second time around, which I was needing to for a while, but I got a late start on it because I have fear and things. Long story, but my bank account went negative a couple of times when I first started building this business, and there was so many aspects of me, so many parts of me that wanted to pull back and go back to a secure paying job, because I was like, this is scary. I have bills to pay. I have to be able to feed myself. Like it's a scary mindset to be to have to face whenever you start to see what is the potential of failure coming to fruition. Now, I kept going. I didn't allow those fears to let me pull back. And usually after every single time I faced a pretty intense fear like that, I would receive whatever it was that I needed to refill my account like the next day. And then from there, it kind of just took off. And so what I'm getting at is that there will always be obstacles on your path to choosing yourself. But the more that you look at those obstacles as just obstacles, instead of looking at them as this is telling you a truth, like you're never going to make it, you're never going to get there, you're going to fail, you're not going to be able to support yourself, whatever it is, the more that you will be able um, to succeed. Now, I can tell you, I have had every single dollar that I have needed for every single thing in my life. I have had every single dollar that I've needed for every single thing in my life. And I say that because there were times where I didn't know where it was going to come from. And then I'd have a video take off and I'd have enough money to pay a bill, or I'd have enough money to, to do whatever it was that I was needing to do. And I have never once gone without. I've never once felt like I haven't been able to have what I needed or wanted. And so I say that to say that abundance, it comes in so many different forms. And the biggest form that I believe abundance comes in is certainty. And it's believing that no matter what, you are going to have what it is that you want and need, as long as you are choosing yourself and pursuing a path that makes you feel good, that helps others, that is in alignment with you. Immediate future for Aquarius, please. Immediate future for Aquarius, please. King of Swords in reverse and Knight of Wands in reverse. You want to make sure that because this is new to me, this King of Swords. You want to make sure that you don't sabotage yourself by either inaction or taking action towards something that isn't meant for you. So that's what this really feels like here is make sure that you don't sabotage yourself by not choosing the best path for you, which is going to be different for everybody in this reading. Remember, this is a general reading, so I'm not here to necessarily be able to tell you exactly what is the right answer, but I can tell you that choosing whatever you feel guided to, whatever you feel pulled to, whatever you feel is meant for you, that's where your choices and decisions should lie. All right, Aquarius, I am going to hop on over to this extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive into some advice, and then I have an actual advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, as always, for the support of my channel. I do hope that this helped and resonated with you in a way that you are needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aquarius.